Hello, my dear apprentices of mathematics. This is your coach, Mr. Magno. We are back with Module 6, Lesson 10. We're going to look at compare lines and patterns generated by addition rules and subtraction rules. So we're going to start with an addition rule. So for example, let's say that x is 0. The rule is y is 0 more than x. So if this is 0, then 0 more than x will be 0. That's our first pair of coordinates. And we're going to plot all these points on this coordinate plane. And x is 5, so y has to be 0 more. So that will be 0 plus 5 equals 5. So as you can see on this one, because it says that y has to be 0 more than x is always going to be the same number. So it's going to be 10 and 10 because we're adding 0 to x. Then this is going to be 15, and so x and y are going to be identical. Let's plot the line now on our number line. On our Let's call this our coordinate plane, but this is called quadrant one. Quadrant one. Okay, so let's label our axis. We have y. Let me say that's y, and this is x. Let me show you y. Okay. Now our first coordinate pair is 0 and 0. So that means that's the origin. And the origin is right here. What x is 0, y is 0. So 0, 0 coordinates. Our next point to plot is 5 and 5. So we're going to look at x, run to 5, and jump to 5. That will be right here. 5 and 5 are the coordinate pairs. Our next point is going to be 10 and 10. So let's plot 10 and 10. So when x is 10, y must be 10, and that's where they meet. And our last point to plot is 15. Both of them are the same. So x, we run to 15, which is x, and then we jump to 15. And that will make, let me make sure I follow this correctly, because I can make a mistake easily. And oh, there it is. So this is coordinate pairs 15, 15. And again, those are the points on a line. And let me show you the line. And there are many, many more points in this line, but these are the ones we're working on right now. So when that happens, this is going to be line P. Okay. So now let's look at the next table. What did we say? We increase y, and we're going to say that y, let me use a different color here. We're going to say that y is 5 more than x. So that means whatever number 5x is, that y has to be 5 more. So what is 7 plus 5? That will be 12. That will be y. So 7 and 12 are the coordinate pairs. So if x is 10, so y has to be 5 more. So that will be 10 plus 5 will be 15. That will be y. So x is 10 and y is 15. So if 13 is x, then y has to be 5 more. So 13 plus 5 equals 18. And our coordinates are 13, 18. Our last coordinate is 18 plus 5 more. That will make it, let me see, 18 will be 23. So 18 and 23. Okay, let's plot those points on the coordinate plane. We're going to start with 7, 12. So we're going to run to 7, which is 2 more after the 5, and we're going to jump to 12. 12 should be 2 more than 10, and that is 7, 12 point. Our next point is going to be 10 and 15. So x is 10, so we're going to run to 10 and jump to 15. And let me make the line so we're not making any mistakes. This helps a lot. And that's going to be 10 and 15. So this is where the line is, right there. And the point is 10, 15. Our next point is going to be 13, 18. So x is 13. That's 3 more after 10. And y is 18. Let's look for 18. So 18 is going to be 2 less than 1 than 20. And this is where they meet. So that's going to be 13, 18 point. And our last point is on this line is 1823. So it's going to run to 18, which is 3 more than 15. And we're going to jump all the way up to 23. And notice that 23 is out of that grade. So this is 21, 22. We can pretend that this is 20, 22. This is 23 outside that grade, but still the same thing. So that's going to be 1823. Now let's connect the dots to show the next line. It's a diagonal line again, and it's moving away from, when y increases, the line moves away from x. Okay, and this line is going to be line B. Okay, let's quickly move to line C. What if on line C we make y even bigger? So y, instead of being is 5, we're gonna make it is 10 more. So that means we're gonna add it to x, 10 more than x. So if x is 2, 10 more to make y will be 12. If x is 4, then y has to be 10 more. What is 10 more? That will be 14. That's the second coordinate pair. When x is 8, 10 more will make it y, will be 18. So the point is the next coordinate pairs are 8 and 18. And when x is 11, then y has to be 10 more, so that'll be 21. 21. Okay, and that's going to be coordinate pairs 11, 21. Let's plot those numbers now. If we look at the first one, is x is 2 and y is 12. So x is 2, 2 is 2 more than 0. And we're going to jump all the way down up to 12. And that's the point right there, 2, 12 for this new line. Well, what's that? That's going to be 12. Okay. Our next point is 4 is x and 14 is y. So 4 is 1 less than 5. And we're going to jump all the way up to 14. And 14 is 1 less than 15. So this is 14. That's going to be point for 14 coordinate pairs. Our next point is 8, 18. We're going to run to 8, which will be 2 less than 10. And we're going to jump all the way up to 18, which will be right before 10, 2 less than 20. So that will be 18. And this will be the point with the coordinate pairs 8, 18. Our last point is 11, 21. So x is 11. We're going to run to 11, which is 1 after 10, 1 more than 10. And the y coordinate is going to be 21, which is right there, right? See 21 right there, 1 more than 20. So that's going to be point 11, 21. Again, as you can see, when we do this, when y is increasing, when we're adding to y, the line keeps moving away from x. Okay, so this is line C. Let's do an experiment on our last one. Let's make our last one where y is less than, so y is, let's make it 3 less than x, 3 less than x. Let me see, I don't think you can see that. Let me show you the rules, my apologies. So we're gonna make y is 3 less than x. Let's do this. So if x is 5, then y has to be 3 less than x. And x is gonna be 5 here, right? So what is 5 minus 3? And that will be 2. First set of coordinate pairs is 5, 2. Okay, our next coordinate pair will be, if x is 7, then y has to be 3 less, so the 3 less will be 4. That's our second set of coordinate pairs. And this is 12. When x is 12, then y has to be 3 less. So that's going to be 9. So here's a point 12, 9. And our last point is going to be 15 minus 3 is going to be 12. So it's going to be 15, 12, like following the rule. Let's plot this line again. Now, notice that when we're increasing, adding to y is moving away from x. Let's see what happens when we subtract. What happens to the line? Let's see where we're going to place this one. So our first point is going to be 5, 3. So we're going to run to x is 5, and 3 is 2 less than 5. So this is the point. Let me 5, 3. Okay. And the next point is 7 and 4. So x is 7. We're going to run to 7. And we're going to jump to, what was the number? 4. Let me see. Yes. And 4 should be 1 right after. 1 less than 5, but 1 more than 3. This is 4. And the point is right here. I'm just going to write it in this manner. And it's going to be the point. Let me see. What was 7? 4 coordinates for that point. And last one before the last is 12 and 9. So x is 12. That's 2 more than 10. And no, my apologies. Yes, 12 and 9. Yes. And we're going to jump to 9. That's going to be 1 less than 10. And there it is. There, that's where they meet. And here is the point, and it's 12, 9, the coordinate pairs. Our last point is going to be 15, 12. So when x is 15, y has to be 12. And 12 is going to be right on this line right here because it's already there. And we're going to label it again. And notice what happened. When y was less than x, the line is getting closer to, what is the point? I think I made a mistake at one point. Let's see. So if this is 7, okay, it's 7 and 4, so that's 7 and 4. And this is 5 and 3. So that's correct. That's going the way. I believe that this one is incorrect. I made a mistake here. So this is 15 and 12 because the points don't align. If you pay attention, the points are not aligning. Maybe the mistake's over here. So 5 minus 3 equals 2. 7 minus 3 equals 4. Correct, right? 7, 4. And 12 minus 3 equals 9, so that'll be 12, 9. And 15 minus 3 equals 12, so that will be 15, 12. Okay, let me check again. So it's going to be, and this is what you do if you're not sure. So it's going to be, the first point is 2. Well, there it is. The first point is 5 and 3. 5 and 3. There it is. The second point is 7, 4. So we're going to do 7 and 4. There you go. We're good so far. And the third point is going to be 12 and 9. So 12 and 9. Okay, so this is not 9. That's what's throwing me off. 9 is over here. I knew there was something wrong because because it didn't align. So this is 9 right there. So this is not valid. This is where this 12 and 9 is. Now you can see all the points align. So, hmm. Well, not really. This point right here, there is a mistake right here on one of these problems. So 5, 2, 7, 4, 12, 9, and 15, 12. All right, let's check again. The first one is 5, 5, 2. Oh, there it is. Should be a 2 right here. So the 2, this is where the line should be. This is what you do. You have to check. This is 5 to 5. X is 5 and y is 2. Now that is correct now. So this point doesn't go there. Now, see, now that's a mistake, the mistake that I made. But look, this is what you do. Now that point align. So if your points don't align, make sure you go over them and see where the mistake is. So this is going to be line D. So line D shows that when we subtract, when x is bigger than y, the line is going to get closer to, it's going to be not parallel, but it's moving downwards towards x. Okay, my friends, make sure you watch this video. It's an amazing video with a mistake that shows you what to do if your points, if your plotted points don't align. Your coach is signing out, wishing you the best, and I hope things are going well for you.